Hello, audience. You're listening to Joel Radio, and this is The Grind. And today, we're going to grind for experience, loot, and money in Final Fantasy for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Alright. Oh yeah. Let's go do it. And since grinding in this game is so very boring, we're going to talk about Augmented Reality. Alright. Okay, that's enough of that voice. So yeah, we're going to talk about Augmented Reality today. What is Augmented Reality, you may ask? Well, I'm going to explain that in this episode. Ta-da! I'm amazing! Let's kill some wolves and talk about stuff. So, we're going to answer the following questions today. What is Augmented Reality, and why should I care? And, that's about it. Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about. And we're going to kind of talk about some of the ins and outs of the technology, where it's at now, where it's going, all that good stuff. Yeah, so stick around. This could be super awesome. Alright. Hey, we want to fight. Nice. We got 24p. Yeah. Alright, so what is Augmented Reality, and why should I care? And by I mean you, because I already care. I like Augmented Reality. It's also known as AR, which is relation to the term VR, or Virtual Reality, which you might have heard of. So, let's start with Virtual Reality, because it's kind of like the older brother of Augmented Reality. Virtual Reality was this idea that people had about interfacing with technology that kind of became a cool, big idea in the 90s. It was featured in movies such as The Lawnmower Man. And the basic idea behind virtual reality is that you replace all of your senses with data produced by a computer. Visual data, audio data, maybe even touch, a lot of, just about everything. And by doing this, you cut yourself off from reality and completely immerse yourself in a virtual reality, hence virtual reality. The only problem with virtual reality that they found is that most people get motion sick when you put a frickin' visor on their head and replace what they see with other things. And they had to get the frame rate up really, really high to keep people from getting motion sick. And led to a lot of very suffering researchers trying really hard to make it work. And overall, it's a cool concept, and it's going to make for some great toys. But as for making something that's really practical, it's not really up there, because you can't do anything else while you're plugged into virtual reality. You can't drive your car, you can't walk down the street, you can't be at work. It's basically a separate reality. And that's cool, and it's going to have some uses down the road. But I think the more practical approach is the one that Augmented Reality takes. Augmented Reality is kind of a hybrid technology between virtual reality and regular reality. Basically, it takes what you see and hear normally, and it applies a layer over that with computers, with computer imagery. Remember the Terminator in Terminator 1 and 2? He would look at things, and there'd be like a layer of information provided over it in red, saying what it was he was looking at, giving him information. That's what Augmented Reality is going to be like, except instead of you being a killer machine from the future that's here to, stop the savior of mankind from being born, you're just going to be a regular guy walking down the street with, say, a pair of glasses on or a set of contact lenses that'll display a computer image over your regular vision. You can take a very tiny square of data and make like a full-size monitor out of it, just like in the corner of your field of view. And it would be completely non-intrusive because you'd still be able to see through it a little bit. Let's kill us some wolves. Die, wolves, die. So, the vision that you see that's overlaid, the actual augmented reality part, it doesn't even have to be see-through. It can be, completely solid as long as it doesn't take up your whole field of view. It could be just a small square in the corner, and you can look around it the same way you'd look around your rear-view mirror in your car. But I think it's preferable for it to be somewhat see-through. It could actually go over your whole field of vision in that case. And so what is this vision, what does this view provide you with? What sort of information might be useful to you on a regular basis walking down the street or driving your car? Well, that leads us to the second question. Why should I care about augmented reality? And you should care because augmented reality could provide you with all kinds of extra information about what's going on around you without you having to look away at your phone, without trapping your eyes in a tiny little 3-inch screen that's separate from the rest of reality that gets you in danger while driving and, at least in danger of getting tickets. If you get a text message, you'd see it floating in the air in front of you. In the same way that the ticker goes by on, say, one of the news channels. Get that little ticker on the bottom of Fox News or CNN or whatever. That ticker, instead of providing you with news from around the world, might provide you with your most recent text messages. And I think that's pretty useful. Let's see. Oh, and it could also do like an overlay of what you're seeing and provide you with like a map. You could have like an overhead view of a map or even a first-person view that matches exactly what you see, and it shows you all the roads that are nearby, except maybe without the buildings that are in the way, so you can see where the roads are. You could even, see through hills and see where the roads are, kind of like Superman with his X-ray vision. And similar to Superman's X-ray vision, you might be able to zoom in on a particular area just with a few hand gestures that you could do with the free hand while still having another hand on the wheel. So, those are just a few of the possible uses for augmented reality. It's basically going to provide everything you could get off your smartphone to you without you having to look away. It would be completely non-intrusive, just blend it into your everyday life. And that makes it far more advantageous than just, sitting around trying to look at your tiny cell phone screen while driving or walking around. I mean, some people can walk around and look at their cell phone screen, but they're still separated from those around them. It'll allow you to be involved with people nearby you and still get your information off your phone. Oh, I got poisoned. Aren't you spiders? Ah, spiders. My one and only weakness. How'd they know? So the basic technology is out there. They have prototypes that work now for contact lenses that would produce an overlay of information. And there's glasses that are out there on the market that you can get that provide AR field of view. The only problem is this technology is still extremely prototypical and it's not very accessible. It's expensive, the batteries don't last very long, and it's not widely marketed. You have to order it right off the manufacturer's website. And the technology's just not there. But it's getting there. Let's see here. Let me choose who to attack real quick. So right now, there's smartphone apps that provide augmented reality. You can see augmented reality right now if you want to see what it's like. If you have an iPhone 3GS or better, augmented reality is reality on there. There's all sorts of apps that'll provide you with all kinds of cool features. Games where only you can see the monsters that are in your room that you fight, which is kind of cool. And a lot of useful navigation apps. Like there's one where if you're in the city of London, England, you can see where all the different subway train stations are through the buildings. You know exactly where they are. And you can look up the times the trains run and everything. It's pretty cool. So, about 5 years from now, I think AR glasses and contact lenses that work as a Bluetooth device will be commonplace and available in any phone store as an option. Let's see here. We gotta fix up our group. We got all poisonified. Gotta get our order back in place. All the wimpy poison guys keep trying to run to the back. That's not where they go. That's not where you live. Alright, let's see here. Pure Poe. Pure Poe. Alright, heal them up a little bit. Yeah, we're good. Good to go. Ready for action. Rah! I will bring you a swift end, Mr. Wolf. Very swift. Wah wah. So we're grinding today because I tried to get through the marsh cave and I died. Actually, we all died. It was awful. So here we are, talking about augmented reality, which is awesome. So I'm thinking that 10 years from now, that most smartphones will actually be augmented reality based. Many of them won't even have screens. You'll just plug, set them up with your glasses and you'll be good to go. The phone won't be built into the glasses yet, but it'll be pretty much the primary method used to utilize your phone. Now, this is just my opinion. All of this is. So if it doesn't happen, don't blame me. But it'd still be pretty cool if it did happen. Yeah. I think that about 20 years down the road, the smartphones will be the glasses. Maybe not for the contact lens technology. Making a smartphone the size of a contact lens would be pretty difficult. I'm still not sure exactly how they're going to power that. Are you going to have to charge it up at night when you're not wearing it? Or will it run off your body heat somehow? I'm still not sure on that. There are a few different technologies that are really preventing the production of augmented reality glasses and contact lenses. The main thing that's slowing down the transition to that kind of technology is battery life. If you're dealing with something the size of a standard pair of glasses or sunglasses, that's not a lot of room for batteries. So they've got to work on that technology so that you're not charging up your glasses, 4 or 5 times a day. And the more they make them do on their own, the more heavy use the batteries are going to get. So they're going to have to come up with a way for you to either be charged by your body heat, or they're going to have to come up with some really good batteries. Or you're going to have a separate battery pack, which would kind of defeat the purpose. You have a big cord hanging into your glasses going to a pack in your pocket. It'd be kind of lame. But you know what? They might do that in the short term. That might be an option. We'll see how we're doing. We're in good shape. Let's keep fighting. Another limitation is, the miniaturization. Getting it to the point where everything is built into the glasses would be very limited, because even now, smartphone functionality fits on something, the size of a wallet. Getting it down to something the size of a pair of glasses is going to take a lot of work. Probably, this kind of technology is going to have to be quantum-based, or at the very least, it's going to require very, very dense work to be done. On the not just the micro level, but the nano level. It's going to have to be nanoscale technology, which is coming into its own in the next 5 to 10 years, it seems. A lot of nanoscale technologies hitting the market these days. But most of it's, in the industrial sector, so we're not seeing a lot of it in everyday life yet. But we're getting there. Let's see. Yeah, so that's about it. That's about all I got to say about AR technology. Let's finish up this fight here. I'm looking very forward to it because I think that's going to make life a lot more interesting. I'm not going to be staring at my phone whenever I need to make a call or text somebody. It'll just be hand gestures and my voice. And it'll all be overlaid over my vision, so I won't have to be looking at my little tiny screen. But who knows? Maybe that technology won't pick up. And, 5-10 years from now, we'll look back on the idea of virtual reality and augmented reality the same way we look back on the idea that the smartphone was going to be a watch that a lot of people had 15 years ago. They're like, oh yeah, in the future your watch will do everything. It'll make phone calls, it'll have the internet built into it. That never really happened for watches. It became your phone instead. Was it poisoned again? Why is the monk in the front? That's weird. Yeah, let's heal our poisoned guy. Get our group back in order. You, sir, get to go in the front. I guess they just swapped them directly. They didn't even push the group down or anything. Alright. That's about all I have to say about augmented reality. I think it's a pretty cool concept for technology that has already resulted in some pretty cool software and some pretty cool hardware that's at least the prototype stage. And I look forward to seeing it in future devices. I want my glasses that have the built-in augmented reality now. But until then, I'm just going to wait and grind with you, audience. And so, with all that said, please, drop me a line. Leave a comment to this video as to your opinions on the technology, whether or not it's feasible or something you'd even choose to use. Let me know. Or, drop me a line on Twitter, at I'm a Joel on Twitter, or on the Facebook page for the I'm the Joel channel, which is also I'm the Joel over on Facebook. And, share your opinion. I'm interested to find out if other people are on the same page as me about this new technology. And if they're not, let me know. I want to hear. And with that, I say, we've worn down this episode to a fine point. Dial in to the next Joel Radio again soon for the next installment of Joel Grinds. Aw, yeah.